Hi Libra, my name is Crystal. I'm with Salt City Tarot. I'm going to be doing your reading for July 1st to July 31st, 2020. I have already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will be shuffling them before your eyes so that you can go ahead and be with me while I'm shuffling them a bit as well. If you have been around for a while, I appreciate you sticking around. I took a little bit of a hiatus, and so I am back. I appreciate you sticking around though. If you're new, like, share, subscribe if you like the video. And if you are interested in a reading, I do have some availability. So my readings are $50 or $55 an hour. I do them via Marco Polo right now, and you can email me at saltcitytarotreadings@gmail.com if you'd like a reading. Or you can leave a comment in the comments below, and I will get that notification, and I will respond within 24 hours. I'll be doing a Celtic Cross reading for you today, Libra, and this is for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising, by the way. So, if you are a Libra Moon, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, either way, the messages are for you. This isn't going to resonate with every Libra, so if it doesn't resonate, go ahead and check out some other amazing readers that we have on here. I do the same thing. And come back in August. Check it out. If it doesn't resonate this month, it'll resonate maybe next month. I have readers that I won't resonate for, their readings won't resonate with me for a couple months, and then I'll come back and check out a reading. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's exactly my situation. So yeah, if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Go ahead and come back next month, and let's see how we go at that point in time. So yeah, let's go ahead. This is the last shuffle for Libra. July 1st to July 31st, 2020. What's going on with my Libras? Hope you guys have had a good past few months. And let's see here. Sun, Moon, and Rising for my Libras. I also channel a bit too, so I'm familiarizing myself with that, because nothing weirder than when you are not aware that you're like actually channeling, and then you are, and you're like, oh, that's what's going on. It's totally normal. So yeah, if I do, I'll let you guys know. Sometimes I don't, so we'll just kind of go with it. So yeah, let's see. I also read intuitively. So okay, and I also read cards only in upright during my YouTube videos. The cards are aware of this, so they'll provide it to me if they're in reverse, and I'll flip them the other way. If you have questions about it, please feel free to ask me, and I'll be happy to explain. Alright, so Libra, Libra, Libra. Like, I shuffle these cards, right? Because I just did Scorpio's reading, and y'all are getting like quite a bit of the similar cards that I've had for Scorpio, but not quite exactly the same. And I shuffled them pretty well, off camera and then on camera as well. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Actually, you have like 2 cards that Scorpio had. Okay, so let's take a look here for you, Libra. So what we have here at the bottom of the deck is we have got the 5 of Swords. Okay. So you may feel like a battle. This guy, he's looking back and he's like, this battle has been won. The situation is under control. Finally, something has been, that was a battle for you. The battle has been won. Okay. And so this is, the reading essentially will be an aftermath of that battle. Okay. Surrounding the situation, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. So in the heart of the reading, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of hard work and effort that you've put into a situation. It could be with an earth sign person, with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo person within your life, okay? And this is at the heart of the matter. This could just be putting a lot of hard work and effort into work in general and of itself, focusing on that for a while. And this is something that you've been doing. This is why it's at the heart of the matter, right? So we have this here. And he's just looking at that. It's the fruits of his labor, right? Like it's all the time and effort and everything that was spent, okay? So that's there, and here crossing you do have the Judgment card, okay? So this, with the Judgment card crossing the Seven of Pentacles, this is someone who is taking a moment to say, let me go ahead and take a look at the things that I've done here. This is the things I've done. These are the things I've done. This is the effort I've put into it. This is like, for example, if you're a Libra who works, you put a lot of time and effort into working. You're going to, with this crossing you, you're going to take the time to then make a judgment call in regards to the situation and the effort that you've put into it, right? So this is what you'll be doing. Now, this is a relationship situation. You'll be doing the same thing. You'll be assessing the effort that you put into the situation as you go. You might take a pause, though, and say, okay, with this Judgment card crossing me, let me take a moment to kind of make a judgment in regards to what's going on with the situation. And so you might be saying, okay, look, this is all the effort that I've put into this situation. And, you know, here's the outcome that I have. He's proud of it and he loves it, right? If you can see by his face, he's proud of what he's done, but he's taking a moment to say, okay, well, this is what I've done. This is the effort that I've put into it. You might be asking for a raise for some of you, like this has to do with finances. If it has to do with relationships, stuff like that, you might also be asking for a raise, just maybe not like the same kind of raise. Yeah, you might be like saying, hey, look, like, this is the effort I put into it. This is my expectation. Like, are we going to do this or are we not going to do this? So, yeah, I mean, you're very upfront in that regard with the cards as they are here. So, in the recent past, you have a Magician. So you've been working on manifesting quite a bit. He has his cup there. He has his pentacle here. He has got his rod there. And there's a sword about somewhere. There's a sword back in here. Okay. And so he's been taking his time manifesting away in the recent past. So that's what you've been doing, Libra. And so as you've done so, something seems as though it is no longer an issue. Like, you've got, the battle has been won. You do have this effort that you've put into something, and you do want to kind of make a judgment call in regards to it and say, hey, look, this is the effort I would put into it. This is like the effort I expect back from it. If I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to need this also. Like, I'm not just going to keep doing this, putting in all this effort. And I'm glad for what I've made, the accomplishments that you have made. You are proud of them. You feel good about them, but you're also wanting to get a raise, or you're wanting to, you know, you're wanting to change it up a bit. You've done what you've earned what you've done, okay? But you're wanting something to kind of change. You're wanting movement, forward movement. And you've manifested it. You've taken the time to do that. Not only have you put in the hard work, but you've also been putting in the hard work and manifesting that as well. Okay. So, in the mind of the matter, we do have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So this is what you're thinking about. Is the being out in the cold sort of a deal with the Five of Pentacles. I always see the Five of Pentacles here. It's like being outside of like a church and not having as much in your pocket, right? As much money. Maybe having to use crutches like this guy here, and being out in the snow, and you have this person here, this partner, this friend, whoever this person is to you. Could also be an earth sign person, because we do have the pentacles present. Again, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person. With this thought process, though, the way that it's resonating for this reading is that you want to make sure that you have this person that is going to be there with you during the times that, for example, if you didn't have a lot of coins, right? If it were snowing and you were on crutches, you want to make sure that you've got this person by your side, that you have that, that you don't have to worry about that, okay? As a love reading, this is a situation where you put a lot of hard work and effort into it. You have, you feel as though, and it is correct to say that, like, this battle has been completed in many different ways, right? But the effort has been put there, and you're not about to just continually, you know, you're wanting to kind of have some kind of guarantee in a way. Not even so much a guarantee, but something that says that you're not going to have to worry about being in this, because this is in the mind of the matter, right? So that's what we're thinking. That you're not going to have to worry about whether or not it snows and you have, you know, you're on crutches and you feel like you don't, maybe someday there might not be as much in the bank or something. You want to make sure that you have, and I hate this term, but let's just use it anyway, that you have like your ride or die person. That this person is going to be there for you regardless, right? So that's what you're really, really wanting. And, excuse me, and you're wanting to have that effort shown to you also on top of it. So you want to see the effort coming as well. Now, if this is a job, you want to make sure that you have that stability. You have the money in the bank, okay? Okay, so now here at the pit of the stomach, we do have the Queen of Cups, okay? Her cup is closed. Did you know that, for those of you who watch tarot videos often, she is the only cup court card. So not the knight or the king, nor the page have their cup closed. See how hers is closed there. It doesn't mean that her heart isn't open to it. It just means that she's not ready to make that kind of a commitment unless she knows that this person is going to be with her even in this situation. Okay. She'll open her cup. It's openable if you look here. She can open it if she chooses to. She just chooses not to, not yet. Okay. She wants to make sure that she's got an insurance policy. Not necessarily an insurance policy, but that she's got a guarantee that this effort and hard work is going to be there. So she'll have a conversation about it. But it is on the brain. And it'll be discussed in the month of July. But it's in the pit. She's like, I can give you all this love. I can give it to you. I've got it. I've got it here. She's surrounded by all this water here. The cup is huge. It's full of water. There's plenty of love in there to give. But she wants to make sure that if she does give it, that is something that is not going to be taken for granted. And that she won't have to jump back to that battle. Okay. If this has to do with work, you know, same diff. Like, you want to make sure that if you are putting in your emotion, your time, and your effort into something or situation, then you're able to open that. You can open the cup if you choose to, but Queen of Cups they're very, you have to kind of earn your keep with the Queen of Cups. So again, if you are, this is a Libra reading, so if you have like water in your chart, then, you know, this would resonate with you more. Since this does address to your reading, it doesn't necessarily have to. Or this could be the person that you're dealing with. They might be keeping their heart closed, but the reason that they're doing that is because they want to make sure that you're in it for the long haul, essentially. So that's why that's there. In the near future, we do have the Five of Wands. And so we have Five of Wands here. And this is conflict. So there's some confliction in the near future. And so we're going to find out why. Let's go ahead and pull a follow-up card. It's not quite enough information for a reading, right? Why do we have the 5 of Wands here for Libra? Please show me for July 1st to July 31st. July 1st to July 31st. Why do we have that for Libra, please? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Why is there conflict here for Libra? Alright, the card that wants to come out. Okay. Because we have the 9 of Pentacles here. Okay. So we have conflict in the near future. The 9 of Pentacles is a really good card. But you also may... A lot of you guys are dealing with an earth sign because there's nobody else coming out but earth signs. Possibly water sign, right? There's conflict here with the 9 of Pentacles. And bear with me just a second. Because what I'm getting is that, so some of you guys feel as if you're dealing with an earth sign person, they might not quite understand that, because this I feel like is an earth sign person, like an earth sign person that you're dealing with. If you have earth in your chart, this might be you. This person, I feel like this person is either conflicted on their own, okay? They're enjoying what's going on, but they have some conflict in their own, in their mind, in regards to the situation, and they're causing it. Whatever this conflict is, and this is where it kind of feels similar to the Scorpio reading, so if you have Scorpio in your chart, go ahead and check that out as well. Because this is such a conflicting, these two are so conflicting together, okay? The 9 of Pentacles, she has everything she's ever wanted and needed. So she feels great and taken care of, but there's that confliction. And so there's like, with confliction, I feel there's some fear here on both of your ends, on Libra's end and on this person's end. So there's fear that like if you're ice skating, for example, and I'm getting a download, so like I'm seeing someone ice skating on thin ice, right? Because it's a circumstance that's taken place on, like, the ground hasn't always been solid. It's always kind of been not as solid. And so when you're like, okay, this is completed and this is manifested and this is the effort I'm going through, both people are like, and one person's like, is something gonna get messed up? Okay, on this end, okay? And then this other side, this other person's thinking, okay, am I going to mess something up? One person's like, I fully am the person who's going to fuck it up. If I'm going to fuck it up, it's going to be me. And so that's what's happening here. Is they're conflicted because they're like, oh, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like a 9 of Pentacles. This is amazing. But then they're conflicted in their head because they're thinking, well, I'm going to fuck something up. What am I going to do? Sorry that I keep swearing. But they're afraid of that, and they're conflicted about that. On the same coin, though, or on the other hand, you as a Libra, if you're not taking in the energy of this earth sign person, are thinking, this is going to get fucked up. Something's going to get fucked up. I don't want to be out in the cold again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to. Because you were once. Because that's why this was here, okay? There was a conflict, you solved it, okay? Situation's taken care of, everyone's swords are down, everything's okay, manifestation's been happening. You're not quite ready to open up your heart completely yet, and this person senses that. And that's why there's conflict. And it's hard, because what are you going to do? Open up your heart, and then what if this person actually does? What if the ice that you're on and you're skating, all of a sudden the crack happens, and you're like, oh no. It's like an immediate, like, it's an immediate, like, take yourself out of the situation, or in a way, and be afraid, but it's not, that's the ground, just because the ground wasn't always stable and solid, doesn't mean that you didn't put in all of this effort, okay? So there's just, I feel like there's a lot of conversations that are going to be taking place in the month of July. where this is kind of being worked out, where this kind of fear and stuff is being worked out, because it's not just on your end, Libra, it's on their end as well. Their problem, if you want to call it a problem, is that they feel so good. So look at her, she's so well taken care of. She's so well taken care of. And I mean, this doesn't have to be luxury. Like, you don't have to have ever purchased this person anything at all. But they feel this way. At the same time, though, they've got this conflict going on in their head. Well, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? And you might, between the two of you, you know, separately, be thinking, oh, God. You know, you like there's a, and Libra, you like to be balanced, and so it's hard because it's like you're taking the time to call out, like, then, like, work on this judgment, right? And I think that, like, there's gonna be a point where the conversation will happen. There's gonna be a lot of conversations happening about the situation, because you just don't want to keep putting in effort if it's not gonna make you feel like you are completely on stable ground, right? And that's kind of how they're feeling too, because there's the other person that you're dealing with they do not want to go into something and not have that stability. And so take the time that you guys need to communicate, and but definitely use that time too to say, hey, look, this is the effort I've put into it. I'm here. Don't give yourself this conflict in like, great, if you feel good, that's great. Keep going on that path. Because I've put in all this time and effort, okay? I've already been doing this. Like, you already have proof that I've been doing this. Like, here's the proof, right? You shouldn't feel like you have to prove yourself when you've been proving yourself all along, is what I just heard. Okay. That might be, but there's still this fear. So this person's just sitting conflicted, thinking, oh no. There's a lot of, like, you guys are feeling and thinking the exact same thing, but for similar reasons. Different but similar reasons, you know. Either, like, somebody's been putting in more effort with you, Libra, or you've been putting in more effort with them, and you're conflicted that you're gonna, like, lose one another or fuck something up. But if you would just communicate about it and let each other know that you're safe, okay, then you'll be okay. Okay. So, here at the energy in regards to how you feel is the Hermit, okay? So the Hermit is in his head, he's thinking a lot. He is trying to figure out the best way to approach the situation. He's also taking some time on his own to kind of figure out some other aspects as well of his life. And so that's how the energy that you have, okay, during the month of July is kind of some Hermit. Try to include your person. If you have a partner that you're with or somebody that you're interested in and that you kind of feel like you're, like, on a weird road, the more that you kind of open up and communicate, which is hard, right? The more that they're going to feel like they are going to be okay. All right? The less of this conflict card, because this isn't a major arcana, it's just a situation. So in the position of how you're, like, people and other, like, people see you, that you're around, is going to be the Seven of Swords, right? Seven of Swords can equal, like, trickery, things of that nature, feeling like you've gotten away with something, feeling so good, like something's too good to be true. He couldn't possibly hold all of these swords at the same time, right? He could actually get away with that, but he's on his way out the door, so he has gotten away with it, okay? Until he, you know, there's nobody else around, nobody can see him. So, yeah. In regards to this is just how people are seeing the situation. So if you're talking to people, or if you are going through a cycle, then that's something, because we're getting close with the 9 toward, like, the end of a cycle, right? and the beginning of a new one. And I'll explain that to you in a minute. But this is how people are seeing you. This has nothing, and this doesn't have to be you. This could just be the situation that you're dealing with, right? So if there's trickery in your area, right, around you in your energy, obviously, like take the time, do the hermit thing, for sure. Reassess your situation, figure out what it is that you need to do. But do make that judgment, okay? And I'm not saying walk away, because there's nothing in here telling me that that's what you need to do. But it's definitely taking the time to communicate, okay? Because there's fear of conflict, there's fear of, the possibility of instability and things like that, and I feel there's nothing on the table that's showing me scales, but I'm seeing them in my head, and they're not. This is a Libra. They're doing this constantly. They're trying to like make it work. You know what I mean? And the best way to do that is going to be to open up. Okay, just a little bit. Let's crack. And remind them why they're safe. Okay. But they need to make sure that you feel safe as well. Okay, because you've done all the work so far. So, in your hopes and fears, it was so funny. Scorpio, I'm pretty sure, got this exact same card. No, they got this in the outcome card. But yeah, so we've got here, and she is the 8. I almost thought it was the 9. The 8 of Swords here. Okay, so what this hope and fear is, obviously nobody hopes to feel stuck, so this is a fear. You don't want to feel stuck. Take the time that you need to take the, your blindfold off, wiggle out of that trap there, because you've just got some cloth here surrounding you, and then you'll look around and you'll notice that all you have around you is some swords. Okay, so you are a air sign, which is the swords represent air. This is logic, this is fairness, this is justice, this is reason, things like that, right? So these are all surrounding you. So take the blindfold off, wiggle out of it. This water here at the bottom is emotion. And you'll notice that you're not about to walk into an ocean, you're just going to walk into a small puddle, okay? It's just a small little hurdle. It's not the end of the world. Use the intuition that you have, and over, in your logic, over, emotion. So now we do have the, let's see, it's about ready to cut off. Wheel of Fortune. So we got forward movement, completion of cycle, and the beginning of a new beginning, okay? So you got forward movement, that's beautiful, okay? You're on to something new. But I don't know that, and I don't feel that there's an ending happening here at all. I feel like it's a new cycle, like there's a new way of communicating with the person that you're dealing with, or the job, or whatever it is. And once that conversation has happened, and once that's taken place, and you've said, hey, look, I've put in the energy, I've put in the effort, here's the proof. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. But yeah, like, you've put in the effort, you've put in the energy, and you need to just say, hey, look, I'll open up my cup. Okay, I'll open up my heart to you, but I have to know, just a little bit I'll do it, but I need to know that you are going to stop causing unnecessary conflict for no reason, okay? Stop doing things that are going to cause a ripple effect, or stop trying to, like, ice skate with me on a broken structure, you know what I mean? It's not, we don't have to do that. So, yeah, I need you to hold your hands a little bit, and you're like, I've already been doing all this. I've already been making, like, how obvious do I need to make it, But this is also to help you, okay? So that you feel like you have that structure that you need, and that you have that person that you need to walk with you in the snow. And, if you happen to be in more poverty than you've ever been in your life, let's just say, and that you are crippled and you need help, okay? Or you have to have crutches for some reason, like, you don't want to feel that way any longer. And the best way to do that is going to be to open that cup just a little bit, okay? And continue to manifest. Continue to manifest the good, okay? Because this is like a thought process of something that's scary, and you're like ricocheting the exact same fear from one another, and it's just going back and forth. Like, I just see like energy from like one mirror to another, to another, to another, to another. And it's just going to keep doing that until somebody either walks away or somebody says, okay, look, let's stop this situation right now. Let's have a conversation. Why are we doing this? So what messages do you have for Libra? July 1st to July 31st. Show me in one card, please, what messages. Okay, shape-shifting, change. What do we have here? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you got forward movement. Okay, things are going to be changing. Things are going to be shifting into a different direction, but that doesn't mean that you're going on your own. There's nothing giving me any indication that you're going by yourself. Okay, but you have to put that foot forward. Okay, and yeah, you guys have a great month. Leave a comment in the comments below if you resonate with this at all. Like, share, subscribe, of course. If you have a Libra friend that you think this could resonate with them, please let them know. Share my video with them. I love helping people. That's what I do. I do have a Libra rising, so totally love the hell out of Libras. Some of my best friends in the world are Libras. But yeah, you guys have a great month, and yeah, have a good one. Love you guys. Bye.